97 and graduate in BMM.
Okay, good.
I am sharing the Amritsar PI which I had just today. So the first question, the panelists just popped up and they started, like no introduction, nothing. They just started with the first question, that is, tell me something not in your CV. So I mentioned about my YouTube channel, and before I could mention other things, which is which I already had prepared, they jumped up, they just ignored the part and then jumped up to complete maths and stats, completely mathematics and statistics. So the first question, they asked me questions on first they asked me three business news that you are following. Then I answered three. Then they were like, okay, now tell us global news that you're following. So I mentioned about the Red Sea conflict, Israel Hamas conflicts, and then they asked me what is Suez Canal. Then the male panelist, so there were two panelists, both were very young, one female and one male. The male panelist was asking me about factors on inflation, on which inflation is dependent. Then he asked me, do you know about standard deviation? I said, yes, sir, I know the formula, I know about it. Then he said me, okay, then leave it, tell me about regression. So since I knew what is regression, I had like studied it a week ago. So I told them. Then he passed on to the female panelist. She asked me about, she was also directly into maths and stats. She asked me what is an independent event in probability. Then she gave me a straight line, then she gave me two equations, two formulas, and asked me what is the highest common factor. And when I asked her, ma'am, can I write down the equation and then tell you, she was like, you don't need to use pen and paper, but okay, you can use it. So I did that. I answered that correctly. Then she gave me a case, not a case, but she gave me a question. She said me that when you are given two lines and you cannot infer any solution, you cannot find any solution, or you cannot solve the equations, what can you infer? So I understood the question and I answered her correct only. It's parallel lines and there's no solution, there's no intersection point. And yeah, that's it. It was completely maths and statistics. If I'm forgetting, then I'm forgetting one or two questions maybe, but it was completely maths and statistics and only 8 minutes, like exact 8 minutes and done.
बहुत ही बढ़िया. Okay,
And
not
I
the.
don't even have maths or stats in my grad.
Good. मैंने बोला था पढ़ के जाना मैथ्स मीन मीडियम मोड तो यार.
Even the same thing happened with me in Rohtak. They were like completely, I entered and they asked me about, tell me about yourself. And after that, they were like, okay, they ignored the entire part about myself and they went into completely maths, stats, economics, GDP versus growth. Well, fully into maths, stats, economics, gave me sums, gave me equations, everything about only maths and economics.
Wow. ठीक है भाई. Okay, बढ़िया. अच्छा, quick check with everyone. Is everyone updated on their maths, stats? Everyone, yes or no? सबके बेसिक क्लियर हो चुके हैं, हाँ या ना? हाँ भाई, सबके क्लियर हो चुके हैं. बहुत बढ़िया. तुम में से कोई गॉड है स्टैट्स वैट्स का, किसी को पढ़ाना है तो मैं एक क्लास रख देता हूँ, सबको पढ़ा भी दो यार. हाँ, मुझे मेल कर देना sumit@catking.in से. तुम में से कोई गॉड है तो भाई एक हम सेशन रख लेंगे, पर गॉड लेवल होना चाहिए. कोई है तुम में से कोई जो यूज़ कर रहा है भाई in day-to-day activity in corporate, on college, etc. तो I'll do a session with you only and you guys can train other people. मेल कर देना मेरे को. चलो भाई, बढ़िया भाई. What do you think about श्रुति? मुझे तो लग रहा है बढ़िया लग रहा है यार. It's gonna be good यार. हाँ, it's gonna be helpful. चलो, all the best. Take care man.
Thank you sir.
Take care. CAT personnel क्या है?
93.15.
बहुत ही बढ़िया. General.
OBC non-engineer female.
OBC non-engineer female. Okay, great. ठीक है. All the best. Take care. Okay, great. Let's listen one more भाई. Who's next?
Hello sir, am I audible?
You're audible. कौन बोल रहा है?
Sir, Iftikar.
हाँ, इफ्तिकार, बताइए कौन सा इंटरव्यू बताना चाहते हैं आप?
So sir, I had my CAP interview. It was quite lengthy one. It was around 30 minutes. So my profile is that I am a general engineer male with CAT percentile 97.12 and no work experience. And also I had a gap year. So there were two panelists. One was male, he was probably in his 40s, and one female who was probably in her 30s. So the male panelist started the interview. So the first question he asked me was, what is the name of your university, and what is its current NIRF ranking?
अच्छा.
Then they asked about my engineering college, how big it is, what departments they offer. Then they asked me about the conference papers and journals that I published while I was doing my engineering.
Sorry, say it again.
So they asked me about the conference paper and journals
Companies preferred?
that I conference papers and
Conference
journals
papers. Oh, sorry. Okay.
that I published during my engineering. So I had one conference paper that I published in IEEE Explore and one in Scientific Reports of Nature portfolio. So they asked me, despite having a background in research, why I don't go into, say, MTech or MS, or why I don't go abroad for masters in something related to engineering. Thereafter, they asked me about my gap year. So basically, I was offered placement during my engineering, but I couldn't join them. There were some reasons, and my onboarding was delayed. So I explained them in details.
Okay.
Then they asked me about the background of the Finance Minister of India.
Okay.
And then they asked me about the budget. So I continuously spoke like around 3-4 minutes about budget. They didn't stop me. They listened to what I was saying, and they looked quite satisfied.
Okay.
Then they asked me 3 strengths and 3 weaknesses.
3 strengths and 3 weaknesses. Okay.
Yeah. And then again, cross question about my strength. As I said that I am disciplined, and I gave them an example that I lost around 30 kgs of weight. So they asked me about my transformation journey and how it was and how it is going to help me in my management and what did I learn from it. Then they asked me about my hobby. So I mentioned 2 hobbies. One, I said that I am into powerlifting, and other is that I play cricket at university level. So they asked me what is the difference between powerlifting and weightlifting. Then they asked me about my experience while I was playing cricket at my university. Then they asked me what domain I want to go in MBA. So I actually mentioned consulting, since actually do, and asked me to name 8 consulting companies. So I was prepared with it. I explained them in details about MBB and the Big Four and Accenture strategy, etc.
Good.
Then they asked me about my career goals. So, sorry, as you mentioned in one class, I explained them about my long-term, short-term, medium, first my short-term, then medium-term, then my long-term goals. All this while, sir, the female panelist was listening. She didn't interrupt or ask any questions. So the male panelist asked the female panelist to ask few questions.
Okay.
The first question she asked me what was the meaning of my name. Then she asked me what are the strategies and that can be used in consulting. So actually, I read about it from the dashboard about McKinsey 7S and BCG metrics and all those frameworks. So I explained them whatever I remembered. So they were quite satisfied with it. And then ma'am asked me what management skill did I cultivate while I was doing my MBA. While I was doing my engineering. So I was prepared with this kind of questions and I answered it quite comfortably. So she was quite satisfied. Then she said me that they are done with my interview and I can log off.
बहुत ही बढ़िया.
So,
बहुत ही बढ़िया. Okay, ठीक है भाई. What do you guys think भाई? What do you guys think भाई? Good, bad, average? हाँ भाई, what do you guys think? Good, bad, average? जल्दी जल्दी कन्वर्ट. गुड. ठीक है. मैं कुछ फीडबैक दूँ क्या?
yes sir.
ठीक है यार, तू अमेजिंग आदमी है. कैट पर्सनल वगैरह सब सही है. पढ़ा लिखा आदमी. यू कैन आंसर एनीथिंग. यू आर वेल प्रिपेयर्ड. वो बहुत बढ़िया है. थोड़ा कम्युनिकेशन स्किल पे और काम कर यार. ठीक है. तो जो बोल रहा है ना, मतलब या तो समझ नहीं आ रहा है या मज़ा नहीं आ रहा है सुनने में. समझ रहा है? तो एक एक्सेंट न्यूट्रलाइजेशन में थोड़ा सा और काम कर. डोंट टेक मी रॉन्ग, आई एम नॉट डीमोटिवेटिंग यू, टेलिंग यू तू बुरा बोल रहा है, बट कल को आई हैव टू प्रिपेयर यू फॉर क्रैकिंग द बेस्ट इंटरव्यू एज वेल. ठीक है. एंड एज वी ग्रो अप इन लाइफ बहुत कम लोग मिलेंगे यार जो कि आपको ना मुंह पे बता पाएंगे यार तू थोड़ा सही नहीं बोल रहा है टाइप. समझा? और इससे थोड़ा और प्रैक्टिस कर. एक्सेंट न्यूट्रलाइजेशन के ना कोर्सेज रहते हैं. एनीबडी एल्स इन चैट हुज गॉट एन एक्सेंट, जस्ट टाइप इन एक्सेंट. मेरा भी है, मतलब मैं इंग्लिश बोलता लगता पंजाबी बोलता, किसी और का एक्सेंट है थोड़ा सा. ठीक है. सो देयर आर एक्सेंट न्यूट्रलाइजेशन कोर्सेज. प्लीज़ डू दैट. रिमूव योर, अगर आपका है तो, तेरा इतना नहीं है पर फिर भी थोड़ा सा और काम कर सकते हैं. मलयाली एक्सेंट, मराठी एक्सेंट, जिनका भी है उसको प्लीज़ रिमूव करिएगा. इट्स गॉन बी गुड. सर्जिल का अमेरिकन एक्सेंट है, गुड. नहीं, अमेरिकन लेके नहीं आना है अपने को, बट एक न्यूट्रलाइज करना है. इट्स गॉन बी हेल्पफुल. बाकी स्मार्ट है यार. फाड़ेगा तो. ठीक है. ऑल द बेस्ट.
थैंक यू सर.
चलो ठीक है. टेक केयर मैन. ओके गुड. ओके, वी कैन लिसन टू वन मोर. 11 बज चुके ऑलरेडी यार. एक और, क्योंकि मैं दूसरी क्लास में जाना है. हाँ भाई, शॉर्ट वन किसी का.
सर, एम आई ऑडिबल?
हाँ जी, ऑडिबल. कौन बोल रहा है?
Sir, Vanshita speaking.
वंशिता, बताना चाहेंगे आप कौन सा इंटरव्यू है?
Yes, sir, Gym Goa.
जिम गोवा, ठीक है, डन. स्पीड से बताना जरा, फटाफट, टाइम में पहुंच चुके हैं.
Yes, sir, it was a very short interview, only for 8 to 10 minutes. And my profile is 899. I have taken GMAT exam. My score is 730 and I am a fresher and I have done BBA. So my interview started and there were two panelists. One was female and the other one was male. So first the female panelist asked me, and the first question she asked me was the basic introduce yourself. After that, she asked that I graduated in 2023. So what I have been doing since then. And then she asked that as I am a yoga teacher, so why don't I start a yoga venture of my own and why I want to go for an MBA. After that, her part was over and the male panelist started to ask. So he asked that why I have applied for two programs, PGDM General and Healthcare. Like my background is not related to healthcare, so why PGDM Healthcare? And after that, he asked that what is the difference between balance sheet and profit and loss? So I knew that answer, but I did not want that he should ask more questions related to accounts or finance. So I told him that in my plus 2, 11th, 12th, I did not have accounts as a subject. But then he told and he said that this is not accounts, just answer. So I answered that. And then he gave me some components like where goodwill stands in balance of payment or balance of accounts, where cash and cash equivalents are placed. So he asked something. And after that, he asked that what is current ratio? What is turnover ratio? So I did not want that he asked me these questions, but he was asking these questions. But after that, the ma'am again started to ask me. So she asked what was my specialization in my BBA. So I mentioned about HR. Then she asked that who is Henry Fayol. After that, she asked his principles of management. And next question that she asked was when Life Insurance Corporation was nationalized, in which year was it nationalized? And at last, she asked me that what other calls do I have and what will be my preference.
LIC कब हुआ था, बता दे, सबको बता दे यार.
Sir, even I don't know.
अच्छा, okay.
So maybe in 1956, but I'm not sure.
Okay, got it. What other calls you have?
Sir, XIMB Bhubaneswar, IMT Ghaziabad, and I have converted IMI Delhi, sir.
Okay, good. 7:30 GMAT यार, क्या कर रही तू ये सब टाइम पास?
सर इंडिया में ही पढ़ना है सर.
लंदन बिजनेस स्कूल अप्लाई करो, MIM प्रोग्राम है उसका, 15 लाख 20 लाख में खर्चा हो जाएगा, बाहर जाके आओ. क्या करो, यू टू गुड फॉर GIM, दे विल टेक यू आराम से. तो कुछ भी नहीं बोलेगी, फिर भी ले लेंगे देखो.
यस सर.
ठीक है, नेवरदलेस करते हैं. हाँ, व्हाट डू यू गाइस थिंक भाई, व्हाट डू यू गाइस थिंक? गुड बैड अगली एवरीवन. ऑलराइट, गुड. ठीक है, बढ़िया यार, चलो, गुड, ग्रेट, ओके. All boys and girls, I'm going to close session right now. IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, go to the dashboard, check it out the link, and कल मिलेंगे IFT calls वाले. Thank you so much joining in. Hope you guys enjoyed the class. Thank you so much joining in. Thanks everyone. जो लोग रह गए, अपन दोबारा मिलेंगे Saturday को और discussions continue रहेंगे, ठीक है? Tomorrow cap interview. All the best यार. How to tackle a power cut during an online interview? How to tackle a power cut? Planned है क्या तेरा power cut भाई?